you went to see those movies with Elvis or somebody in it when we were still in Liverpool, and you'd see everybody waiting to see him, right? And I'd be waiting there too. And they'd all scream when he came on the screen. So we thought, that's a good job.
According to John Lennon, the Beatles wouldn't have existed without Elvis Presley's influence. But Elvis wasn't always welcomed with open arms. The BBC refused to play his music until the late 1950s, calling it too provocative. When Lennon first heard Heartbreak Hotel, he said the lyrics were unintelligible, and the sound of Elvis's voice was like nothing they'd ever heard. The Beatles were used to polished crooners like Frank Sinatra, not raw, rebellious American rock. For Elvis, the Beatles were more than just fans. They were competition, a symbol of shifting cultural tides. He recognized them as the new idols of a younger generation. But while Presley stood with President Lyndon B. Johnson and supported the Vietnam War, Lennon was outspokenly anti-war, creating a sharp ideological divide between the two legends.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. And I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line. But I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they are actually trying to do, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane.
In 1965, the Beatles insisted on meeting their idol and visited Presley at his Bel Air mansion, the one and only time they ever crossed paths. But the meeting got off to a rocky start. Lennon immediately irritated Elvis by criticizing the "All the Way with LBJ" slogan engraved on his table lamps, making his anti-war stance crystal clear. The tension hung in the air until Presley grabbed a bass guitar and started playing. Conversation was minimal, but the night shifted into an informal jam session. For a few hours, the music spoke louder than words. However, the encounter left Presley with a bitter taste. He saw the Beatles as a threat, not just musically, but culturally. In the years that followed, Elvis privately urged FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover to have Lennon kicked out of the US. The Beatles never returned to Presley's home, and a friendship between the two legends never blossomed. That lone encounter remains a stark reminder of the old saying, "Never meet your idols," because sometimes the people who inspire us the most turn out to be nothing like we imagined.